Lovely. Well, Jamie and Anya, if you're ready, we'll get started.
Good to go.
Could I have permission to record, please?
Yes.
Was that
Thank
you, Sonia?
Gail. It was Gail.
But could I have it as well, please?
Sure.
Gail with a very bad voice.
There you go. I've also got it on record and I'll share afterwards. Jamie, are you right turning your video on?
Yeah, no, if you insist.
Sorry, that doesn't seem to have worked in terms of recording.
Okay. Well, let's get started and I'll send the files around afterwards. But Sonia, would you like to kick us off?
Sure. Anya, how do you reflect on that performance after losing just one game in the tournament so far?
Goes without saying, it's obviously disappointing. It's a shame that this was the worst game we played was in the final. So it's obviously really disappointing. A huge amount of credit obviously has to go to Dane and the Oval Invincibles. I thought they obviously bowled really well up the top there and struggled to chase many things down when you're 3 down inside 10 balls.
The final at Lords is obviously a big occasion. Do you think it was getting to some of maybe the younger players?
I don't think so. I mean, the 2 of the first 3 wickets are England internationals, so I think that's a bit. I think that's an obvious thing to say. I don't think that's the case. I thought we bowled really well. I thought we fielded well on the whole. Obviously, put down a couple of catches, and then we just didn't bat well enough at the end of the day. So I think it's too easy to say that was the case. The girls were excited. They were looking forward to today, and so, look, these things happen.
And the first final for you at Lords since 2017, and it couldn't be a more different outcome. Is that quite difficult, or to contrast the 2 different days?
To be honest, they're 2 completely separate things. One was 4 years ago, so obviously that kind of means nothing coming into today. You play in these games because you want to win. So I'm obviously gutted. I'm gutted for the team that we haven't been able to get over the line today.
Thank you.
Who would like to go next?
No one? We're good. Done?
Any more, or are we all good?
Can I go, Ben? Anya, how do you reflect on the tournament kind of overall for women's cricket as a whole?
I think it's been a brilliant tournament. I've absolutely loved being a part of it. And I think this tournament has done amazing things for women's cricket. To see some of the crowds we've had at the grounds, the support, the attention, the kind of all of those kind of things. I think it's amazing for women's cricket. It's definitely the best domestic competition I've been a part of. And I think it's really important, especially, well, for everyone, but particularly for those girls who potentially want to go on and play for England, to play in competitions like this with high quality cricket in front of crowds on TV. It normalises all of those things. That is one of the things that can be a bit of a step up when you go to international level. So from that point of view, I think it's been brilliant, and I think it's been a great tournament, full stop, but especially for women's cricket.
And how has it been for you captaining Lauren Bell, who's obviously kind of going to be an England star of the future with the ball?
Hopefully at some point in the future she goes on to represent her country. She's definitely got a lot of things in her favour, as have lots of people. I think I'm always very wary to put massive labels on anyone, because I think it's an unnecessary pressure. We should just let her go about her business, keep getting better as a bowler. But she's obviously been huge for us this tournament. One of the things I've probably been the most impressed with is how she's always kind of swung the ball up top and been a great new ball bowler, but actually she's done really well coming back later on in the innings through the middle and getting wickets for her. So that's definitely something that I've noticed as a development for her. And obviously doing well in these competitions is great, but I also think we should just let her be and let her bowl, and hopefully she will play for England in the future.
Do you think it made any difference with the Invincibles having played in a semi-final yesterday and you having had a few days off?
Absolutely not, no. I got asked this a bit, and again, I think that's something that's potentially an easy avenue to take. I don't think it made any difference. It was on a different ground. It was a different opposition. It would have had absolutely, in my opinion, had absolutely no bearing on what happened today. We trained brilliantly, and every single battery went into the nets, hit the ball better than they've hit it through the whole comp, and then we go and bat as badly as we've batted in the whole comp. So what happens the day before has no bearing on what happens on any given day, in my opinion.
Okay, thanks very much, Anya.
Thanks. Any more, or should we call it there? I think thanks for your time, Anya, and go well, everybody.